Do you see your future children having stereotypically Greek names?
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof.
I want something that like.
Can I vouch for Nico?
Not a big Nico guy.
Nico Diaz. That has a ring to it, bro. Nico Diaz sounds like he sells drugs under a pier. Like, yes. I'm running out of intros. Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 252.
I like that one.
Yeah,
that was actually really good intro.
Yeah, just
nice quick one.
I don't know how to. Yeah. I have a tangent about that in a second. Actually, let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
This is a podcast that you watch on YouTube.
Yeah, you're fucking watching it.
So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're feeling like it. We're not gonna pressure you. It's fine. We're not putting up a lot of content yet, but when we do, then we're gonna pressure the fuck out of you. It's like, yo, press the button. You could also like that. You should absolutely do
liking would help us.
No pressure on you. You could technically dislike the video. That's just how honest we are. We like to give you guys options. We like to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who are we? Some special people. We're gonna get down to business. Feel free to check out the topics next to my face. They're arranged in a perfect little list right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the sound effect. That's what it sounds like when it goes away, because I've heard it 252 times. And I just wanted to say, just speaking of long-winded intros, I've been back on my Family Guy shit.
Yes.
So I'm up to season 19, catching up with, I think they're up to like 23 or 24. So I'm almost caught up, which is kind of a scary thought. Part of me doesn't want to catch up.
Right.
I think I want it to be this everlasting chase. Like I was so close. You know what I mean? And then I'll quit for 2 years.
You're
and
gonna platinum Family Guy?
I'm afraid to, man. But no, I'm on season 19, and there was an episode yesterday. Granted, if I'm being completely it was an episode where Peter and Chris start a faulty memorabilia business, and they sell Quagmire a pilot's hat that they pretend was Sullenberger's hat when he landed the plane on the Hudson. But there's like multiple parts of the show where Peter brings up the Hudson brothers. And they're like, who are the Hudson brothers? And he's like, oh, you don't know? Oh, we have a clip. We can play it. And it plays a super obscure 1970s television show called The Hudson Brothers. Okay. That apparently was hosted by these three musical, like, Bee Gees-esque brothers.
Oh, my God.
The intro is iconic. Like, I have to show you this shit. It's like, there's an announcer.
Put it up for 1.5 seconds. Yeah.
There's like a truck with the logo of the show, and then, like, the back of the truck opens up, and there's a ramp, and then all of the cast members get slid into the back of the truck with all the props and shit, and then they bring it to and this is all 1970s, so it's like electric company as fuck too. It's like boom 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 boom, and then they finally like appear on screen and they play like a whole song. It's a 2-minute and 45-second intro that they put in the middle of this Family Guy show.
Of course.
It was so much worse than a Conway Twitty joke. Like literally I like 2 minutes into it and I'm like, am I even watching Family Guy? Like I kept forgetting. And then they kind of play a joke at the end where, like, when they finally cut back to Peter and Quagmire, they have, like, long white beards, and they're like, But then at the end of the episode, like I mentioned earlier, they sell Quagmire Sullenberger's hat. So he's, like, signing it at the bookstore at the airport, and fucking Sullenberger asks... or rather, Peter asks, like, I wonder why they always called it Hudson News. And Sullenberger's like, I always assumed it was because of the Hudson brothers. And Peter's like, no! And they start playing the whole intro again. And I'm like, oh my God. But yo, that intro is iconic. And if anything, it showed me, like, I need to up the intro game a little bit.
We got some fun stuff to do.
That shit is great.
I saw an episode of Family Guy that ended that was like, we don't know how to end these anymore.
Yeah.
And it just cuts, like, the end.
I think that's also season 19. I think I saw, like, I watched that one recently. Yeah.
And despite all the seasons, the most popular method of watching the show, I believe, is compilations on YouTube, which are
Instagram Reels.
Yes, and the Instagram Reels do numbers. But these, like, compilation clips on YouTube are doing, like, fucking LeBron, second year LeBron Miami, like, clips. Like, literally, it'll just be, like, out of context Family Guy. 25 million.
No, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because of how they make the show, right? Yeah. It's just so cutaway.
It's like he nailed it. Yeah. He absolutely nailed it. It's a show of cutaways. Yeah. It's literally they kind of broke the form. They were so ahead of the game. It's a show of clips. It's just clips.
Yeah, they're ahead of the game.
They're literally with streamers. They just put out a fucking thing and they're like, here's a bunch of clips that we can take out.
But it's still a show.
No, I get it, and they deserve the credit.
And even then, when they don't have the cutaways, they'll still be a bit. One of my favorite bits is like within an episode, and then it was like a Quagmire and Cleveland were tied up, and they were reading the intro to the DirecTV
help channel.
Welcome to the DirecTV.
By the end of it, they have it memorized word for word,
and it's like that's in the episode. Yeah. It's not like a cutaway. It's like that's literally the end of that section of the episode. Like
I think my like a good fucking example of that too is just the Brian and Stewie episode where they're like locked in the bank vault, because the whole spiel with that episode is like they challenge themselves to write a Family Guy episode that has no cutaways, and that for the most part doesn't really rely on any of the other like jokey gags that they have, and what ends up coming out is a slightly emotional episode that a lot of people also agree is one of the best written Family Guy episodes of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that's also just a flex that they're like, we don't need this shit, okay?
But we're just trying to be funny.
We prefer to have this, yeah. But shout outs to Family Guy there.
Yeah.
And shout outs to the cutaways. I just wanted to put that out there. Mm-hmm. So yes.
Love Family Guy.
What did Seth MacFarlane do before shows? Like cartoons?
Well, he's always been an animator. It's just before Family Guy, he used to work for Cartoon Network.
I see.
He used to be an animator for Dexter's Lab, and he was a writer on Johnny Bravo, which is really funny because if you go back and you watch Johnny Bravo episodes, it makes perfect sense. Like Donny Osmond is a recurring character, just like a bunch of 70s and 80s pop culture references and a 90s cartoon that kids were watching. It makes no sense, but...
Oh, Donny Osmond.
And then I also didn't know for a while his sister, Rachel MacFarlane. She's not only the, what's the name of the daughter from American Dad? Haley. She's Haley's voice actress, but she's also like, she's a really popular voice actress who's done like a bunch of stuff from like even back in our day. Like she's Mindy from Billy and Mandy.
Oh, wow.
And she's also Eris.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hear it.
So they're kind of just like both been in the animation business for decades at this point. So.
That's sick.
Just adult animation.
And also, he said it before, but shout outs to Naked Gun. Seth MacFarlane producing that one too. So feels good, man. What about you? What's going on here?
Yeah. Oh, I'm literally like just preparing my life before I go abroad again. And I'm just looking forward to that shit. Like at this time last year, I was in Greece.
Do you see yourself losing weight or gaining weight?
I don't know. I'll be healthy.
That's the funny thing about traveling to Greece, though. It's like you're not eating. You're arguably eating one of the healthiest diets in the world.
Yes, I mean it's not quantity is not. You're not dieting.
No, yeah.
You're definitely bulking up a lot in Greece. It's like because when you go out to eat, it's like it's rude to take the food, but you're gonna be past food. It's rude not to take the food, but it's also rude to take too much. So you're going to take the food, you're going to eat it.
You're going to have to take a medium amount of food.
But it's, over the time of 3 hours, it's a lot of food. But, I could, there are ways, the salads and everything. I don't know. Just everything over there is like 2 ingredients, You look at ketchup, it's like actually, you know what I mean? Not the flex that the ketchup's better, but it tastes the fucking same. But, like today is the feast day. I know I just said this before, but it's the feast day for the Virgin Mary. And that's a big day because everyone's name, especially on Marianthis Island and most of the islands in Greece, everyone has a name related to the Virgin Mary or God in some way. Like one of the most popular male names in Greece.
God. It's God.
God
no
Smith.
Way.
It's Panagiotti, which basically means like the Holy One, which means like is God. They don't call they usually call like the Virgin Mary or saints that. They don't normally call like.
Is it just like Greek people's Jesus?
Yeah, I would say it's Greek people's Jesus.
Okay.
Or it's like how do I name my son Mary without saying Mary? Does that make sense? It's like I want my kid's name because there's also names like for example Mary, the Virgin Mary is called the Theotokos, right? But then Theo is Theo. Yeah. So that's a male name. So it's like anything with Theodore, Theodosios, it's like God fearing, God loving, Which is why I feel like a lot of America, we're making a lot of names that are like, not names.
Do you see your future children having stereotypically Greek names?
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof.
I want something that like
Can I vouch for Nico?
Not a big Nico guy.
Nico Diaz. That has a ring to it, bro. Nico Diaz sounds like he sells drugs under a pier. Like, yes, and that's fire, dude. Do you be the coolest son on the bro? Out of all of us, he'd be the coolest son. He'd be the one that we are all like, you can't hang out with Nico. Come on, just.
I think you're talking Nico out of existence right now. It's like I'm gonna when you have a future kid, I'm gonna show him this and be like, I know you want to be an astronaut, buddy, but you're gonna be a fucking too bad you're gonna be a peer drug. There's not even any fucking weirdly enough, there's not a lot of peers and.
I was gonna say
people just fucking
it's sad that Nico is like the only stereotypically Greek male name that I know.
Yeah.
Because my second choice, legit, was gonna be Plinko. So, which is also kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Plinko Diaz.
Sounds like a Smiling Friends character.
Like, why is your name Plinko? My dad loves The Price is Right.
That's. My other son Barker.
My dad is Drew Carey.
Yeah, my son Barker is really gonna hate that a lot, man.
I like that.
No, but like it's a weird one. Like I said, like it's very like a lot of the names are like Maria. That's like the most common. Like I said, Panayiotis is very common. Christos. That's like everyone, because again, that's fucking Christ. Everything is like, and it's weird. I don't want to say that the Virgin Mary is like more important, but like. If you had the like tier list in terms of like hype, Jesus is actually very low in like the Orthodox faith. Like the Virgin Mary is like the shit. Like this whole weekend, there's like parties in Greece, like every day. It's like all night, like 4th of July barbecue vibes. But like at like 1 a.m.
There's a lot of what's the word? Veneration, I think the word is, because for Catholics, you don't want to seem like you praise Mary more than like Jesus and God. But I know the story of Our Lady of Fatima, which I don't know, like where in the world that takes place. Then there's
Guadalupe.
Our Lady of Guadalupe,
South America.
So
but it's just like regions of the world, they gravitate towards saints or towards a certain patronage.
And like in the Greek Orthodox faith, like what I'm learning now is that like it was actually a evolution sort of thing, whereas for like the first like 1,000 years of Orthodoxy, you couldn't do drawings of Jesus. Completely banned. And basically there was like two sectors of like, one, people thought icons were okay, and then the other people thought that the iconography was like satanistic, and it's like, oh, you're worshiping false idols, you have to worship God, you can't worship fucking this dude that just lived here, you know? But now it's like everyone's on the same page, and now it's like literally and I learned this too, that all of the iconography in the church, the ones towards the center are the ones that are most related to the name of the church.
Gotcha.
So it's if the church is named after Archangel Michael,
he's in the front.
He's in the front, and then all the other ones are other things that like they stand for.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool shit. I mean,
cool. St. Elizabeth has a statue right next to her.
Bet y'all weren't expecting to learn some religious
stuff. Word, right?
Oh, yeah.
Get
real quick,
get penetrated with this knowledge, guys.
Before we swing it over, let's play trivia time real quick.
What?
Have you guys ever heard of the 5 blue zones in the world? I only bring it up because specifically Ikaria, Greece is one of them. So the 5 blue zones are like 5 cities in 5 different countries in the world where their population statistically lives the longest. Like their citizens live over 100. And the main cause of it is due to like the foods that they eat, the diets that they have, the foods that they grow, whatnot. Right. Can anybody name one of the other 4? If you could just give me the country, I'll give you the point.
Japan.
Nailed it. Bam. That's actually number 1, Okinawa, Japan.
Yeah, Okinawa.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say.
I was going to say.
Any of the other 3?
Somewhere with a lot of like, somewhere where they eat fish, basically.
Because now I'm thinking, because it's like it's
somewhere where they don't have a lot of red meat. Somewhere they walk a lot.
Well, like weird enough about Greece is that like they probably found the one area of Greece where people don't smoke. They don't chain smoke all day. Like I want to say like South Italy or some shit like that.
Sardinia, Italy. That's 2 more.
All right. Is it Europe?
No.
Oh, I was thinking
okay.
like,
is it Asia?
No.
Okay, so
Russia?
This is interesting.
4 might surprise you. Some good clickbait.
Like Vancouver, Canada, or some shit like that.
It is North America.
Oh, okay.
Oh, North America. Is it Caribbean?
No.
Like Key West, Florida.
It is America. It's Loma Linda, California. And number 5 is the Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica. So those are the 5 blue zones in the world where everybody's just living to like 170 years old, like some fucking Galapagos turtles or something. So.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know. I want to guess Costa Rica. They get a lot of transplants too, so I wouldn't expect that.
Shout outs.
Shout
outs to Joey. It was your birthday, dude.
Thanks, man. I'm now
1 year older.
Happy birthday.
Right. I'm 29 right now. You asked me earlier, like, how does it feel? Like, how was it? I was like, it feels like I'm aging, but I'm like, I don't know. It just it feels different, but kind of the same. I guess, I guess age is however you feel, like however like you feel physically and mentally. But my mental health skyrocketed when my sister gave me her gift. You guys probably
my mental
know.
health plummeted when I saw your gift.
I love it.
Why did plummet?
It freaks me, and it's funny because Mildred had the exact same response. It's fucking weird, dude.
Well, I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately, and my sister saw that I liked this thing
rub
on
my
Instagram.
shirt against you so hard, right?
Dude. No. But like, if Hunter were to be in here, like if just chilled in here, I'd be losing it. Yeah. So my sister got me this little fake little kitten, and it's like squishy. They have like fur on it, so it doesn't get stuck to your hands.
Like, I don't get it. Like, it's so cool.
Talking
bro.
Tom,
Look how
looking
cool
at
that is, bro. That's so sick.
Cool.
That's so sick, bro.
Nicole was like, "Are you gonna?
Why
like,
are you holding it like a real baby?"
Because it feels weird holding it. Not
Because when you
he's like,
because when you hold it from the bottom, it's fucking.
It's like a lifeless thing if you don't hold it the other way.
So like, I have a cat, It's like,
Bobby, it's not weird.
It's not as weird. Look at him dance.
It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird. I think what's even weirder about it is it's like one of those traditional squishy toys, and then they're like, let's just glue a bunch of weird fur onto it. So it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it feels like it's gonna stay on your.
It feels like a wet peep.
A wet peep. That's actually
yeah, that's a very good description.
Do you fuck with peeps?
Nah,
I was about to say.
Man, look at it dance. Play music for it right now.
Come on. Come on. How do you hate that?
It has those like 2000s dolls, like mad hard eyes that you like swing and you smack your sibling and it hurts someone.
That? Yeah, you hurt someone with those little eyes.
Okay, I've had enough. Thank you.
Right.
The fur is a little strange. I will give you that, Bobby.
Yeah.
It also left on the table, so I'll wipe that off for you. But yeah,
how ironic if you were allergic to the fake fur.
The fake fur.
And you're sneezing. You're like, it's so cute.
Oh my gosh, I was at a cat cafe. Like, I go to cat cafes because you're only there for an hour or 2 hours. But I remember asking because you can adopt the cats there. I remember asking the woman. I said, if I would like to adopt a kitten, what is the process if I would like to adopt a kitten? And she grilled me like if I was trying to buy a cat to throw at a wall. And she was like, what's your job? And I was like, oh, I'm a teacher. She was like, all right, who's going to watch the kitten when you're not there? And I was like, I would probably put it in a small pen of some sorts. You can't do that. You can't do that because the cat needs to explore the room and the environment and learn how to crawl. This and that. And she was, like, I swear, it was grilling me to the point where I was like, all right, bitch, I'll get
a fully grown cat, you dumb bitch.
Dylan could speak to this, but as somebody who owns a cat, and I'm going to be real with you, I handle like maybe 33%, I'll lower that, 28% of the responsibilities of having this cat out of 3 people. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world. They just take care of themselves.
She was acting like you were pulling the cat out of the womb.
Yeah, like it's not a newborn kitten.
No one should ever own a cat that's 1 week old. Like, that's not how you're supposed to own a fucking cat. Like, the mother takes care of it.
I'll never forget. We when we first got Hunter, right? When he, the day he walked into the house, he was 3 months old. Those first 3 months, he was a street cat, right? Comes inside. We have 30 questions. Thankfully, at the time, our neighbor was a vet tech, so she was able to walk us through a lot of the stuff. Mm-hmm. And they had a lot of cats, too. So not only did they have, kitty litter, but they had, a smaller leftover litter box. And Hunter, they put the box in, they put the litter in, and Hunter just jumped right in, did the whole thing, peed, covered it, walked out. Instinct. Like, it was
instinct.
It's like, bro.
Because they pee in the dirt and sand.
That's just what it is. So it's like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can obviously look after your fucking pet, right? Like, I would argue a bigger thing with cats is the emotional attachment. Like, you actually have to go out of your way to spend time with it and be there with it. And don't even get me wrong. There's cats that don't like you back. They'll just want to be on their own. Yeah. But she's bugging. She's absolutely
also
bugging.
From what I remember you telling the story originally, that she also told you that you had to get 2 cats.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that being part of the story. And then you asked me, and I'm like, that's not a fucking thing either. Like, if you plan on getting like 3 cats, get them all at the same time or roughly the same time, or
so they can grow.
Yeah, get them around the same age, because then they get very territorial and all that stuff. But like, if you're just gonna get 1 cat, like, you don't gotta get 2.
My dad tried to bring home a cat yesterday. He went to go get a haircut, and there was a street cat, like a kitten, like about how big Hunter was, just rubbing up on him. And my dad sent pictures to my mom. He was like, "Should I?" And my mom was like, "Fuck no."
But yeah, that was my gift, and I was happy with that. I'm comfortable with it.
Nice.
Dope.
Have you done anything? No.
I watched Fantastic Four.
He did.
You watched Fantastic Four.
What'd you think?
Pretty good movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Was you? I thought it was kind of corny. Now that we all seen it, I can spoil it.
You can spoil. I don't. That's the one of these movies that I'm not gonna
I want to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about the movie. I want to talk about my experience at the movies.
What do you mean?
I thought it was so ridiculous when Galactus, it was like, we can trick him to standing. They did the whole switcheroo thing. They were like, how did he know? There's a big ass triangle on the floor. Like, I was
all powerful.
This all powerful being didn't see the giant machinery that.
This is a trick.
How did he know?
You're smart, Reed Richards. You're smart.
Oh, you almost got me.
You got to be the smartest guy on this planet. Fucking no! I wanted to talk about my experience because I went with Jerry and Ron to go see the movie, but we went to Atlas.
Right.
Oh.
Now keep in mind,
I'm not a big Atlas guy.
Real quick. When was the last time you saw a movie at Atlas?
I saw Weapons at Atlas
years ago. I would say probably 5 years ago. I've seen a movie at Atlas.
That's kind of wanted to go because I was like, I haven't been there.
So I went to go see Ballerina, the new John Wick one, but I saw that movie. I think it started at like 11:45 at night. So by the time I got to Atlas, it was dead, and it was dope because it's like, it's quiet. You just hear kind of like the crickets and the cicadas, whatever. Smoke my little joint, go upstairs, watch my movie. We went at like 7:45.
Right. That's prime.
It's, first of all, I don't remember when Atlas got ratchet as fuck. This shit is ghetto to the ghetto max, bro.
Well, because like that's also the neighborhood. I don't want to talk shit about neighborhoods in New York, but that's also what the neighborhood is, like Middle Village.
But Middle Village and Maspeth never used to be like
now
that.
They are. Though.
Now they are. 100%.
Now they are. Yeah.
But it's like, holy crap. So like we go to the movie. First of all, when we got the tickets, there was like what? 30, 40 free seats. Like, it was crazy. And then when we got there, the whole shit was packed. Like, literally, I was like shoulder to shoulder watching the movie. I was like, what the fuck, dude? They don't have the reclining seats either, which I thought I didn't mind, but I forgot that they give you
way
space.
less armrest.
So when you have the regular ones, you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, I forgot watching movies was a pain in the ass. I go to the theater. These two stay in line to get their concessions, but I run ahead just to make sure that the trailers are running and I don't want them to miss any of the movie. There's a fucking kid watching the movie who says that TikTok line where he's like, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, please do not be startled if you see my popcorn fly in the air. That's just me enjoying the movie." And then at the end he goes, I hope you enjoyed the film. I hear it's fantastic. And his friends are like, "Shut the fuck up." And I'm like, oh man. But the last thing I wanted to add about this whole situation, we get our snacks, we get into the movie, it's all fine and dandy. As I'm, Jerry and Rafi are already there. As I'm walking into the row, sitting next to me is a black family, a father, a son, and a mother. So I walk over them. Everybody in the row, except for the father, either moves back or stands up to let me walk. But the father is just like straight out, and he's like a big dude, like probably easily 250, 6 foot, right, he's got like the sideways hat. He kind of gives that idea of like OG, he was cool in 05 kind of spiel. That's what he's giving me. And I go to step over him and I accidentally step on his foot and he's like, "Come on, man." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, whatever." I said sorry again. He's like, "He's cool." all I could notice was that, and I'm not even making this up as like a joke. Like I just remember being there and being like, I have to remember this for the podcast, and I'm glad you brought it up. It was the way he was eating his popcorn. He was eating his popcorn like it was like gay to eat popcorn or something like that. Like he was literally just like
looking around.
Like he's like mad about it, like looking at it like. Give me that shit. Like he's literally I'm like, eat the fucking popcorn, bro.
I think
bro,
that this is like,
is it gay to eat popcorn?
No, this is like a cultural thing. Like I think I've seen this.
Like
before.
You can't eat food at a movie. And meanwhile, his son is like super nerdy. He's like, and that's the thing. Like if it was my first time watching this movie, it would annoy me. But granted, it's my second one. I was kind of laughing because his son is like, that's the Human Torch, and he does this and that, and his dad is like, all right, cool. Like you know what I mean? But I'm just like, oh, dude.
I've seen that move, but I'm trying to think. Maybe it was like someone eating on the train or something. Maybe it has to do with like him in public or something. But it's like it's not a weird.
It was like he had to preserve his swag levels, and just eating popcorn at the movies was gonna.
It's like I got.
It's like no one's looking at you, buddy. His lights are off.
As if his sagging jorts and his 45-degree fitted hat that I can only imagine was probably like an old Raptors logo.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, it's like
I'm trying to paint a picture. That's who
Bobby,
he was.
I think you had a time travel.
But the funny thing about it is like the guy's wife and his son just didn't match the energy. Like they gave like I don't know, like Catholic school energy. Like she was like, oh my god, da, da, da. And then he's like, yeah, fuck, you know. I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? But I don't know. He's just like, it was the energy of the popcorn.
I can fix him.
That was what I thought about Fantastic Four.
Other
than that, pretty good movie.
Yeah, Superman was better.
I agree. I think Superman was better. That was like the non-spoken.
I will say, I think I enjoyed Fantastic Four the second rewatch. Actually,
interesting.
One thing I noticed, not to be nerdy about it, I got to really enjoy and what's the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. I got to appreciate the visual effects in this film because they are really, really good. I know people were like clowning on the whole like, oh, Mr. Fantastic doesn't stretch a lot and yada yada yada, but just like the whole zero gravity sequence in the space was just fucking awesome. Like one of the coolest scenes I've seen in Marvel in a really long time. But the main thing I wanted to speak on was how well they did Human Torch's fire effects, and more specifically how he reacts with the environment around him. There is a shot in that movie where the power goes out, and as a joke, Human Torch flames on and he's like the light source for him. And when he walks past Pedro Pascal's Reed, it's like perfectly lit walking past his face. And like, I've been sitting here for days trying to fucking figure out how they did that. Because it's one thing to put flame assets on somebody. It's another thing to make those flame assets react in real time with the environment because they don't exist. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to explain it to people who don't.
That's impressive to think about now. Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's really cool.
Like, not to be a nerd about it, but if you were making like a sci-fi movie and you had a gun that shot like green laser beams, when you were shooting the shot of somebody getting shot with it, you would probably flash green light on it so that when you add the effect, it actually looks like the green laser is shining on it. Yeah. But that's something you have to do practically on set. So that to this day, I'm just like, did they have a light in him, on him? I don't know.
Well, that's usually where things fuck up. Is like they can get the effect, but then when it like reflects off something or when it's at a different angle, you're like, oh, that didn't look good.
Well, I learned in a horror movie behind the scenes that there's this sort of gelatin that they literally put on their skin and then their clothes on top, and then they light the person on fire.
Yeah. Burn gel. That's a real thing.
I just learned about that, so I'm wondering if maybe that was
fun. I don't know. Granted, this was like 5, maybe more years ago, but Corridor Digital. I grew up watching all their awesome videos and their how-tos, but lately they've gotten really popular for making these like VFX artists react videos. They get like millions of views. They watch big budget movies. They watch like super indie, shitty, straight to Tubi movies, and they just react to all these different types of effects, whether they're really great or really bad. And one of their more popular episodes is they did one with Seth Rogen, and they got to react to visual effects from his movies, like the Green Hornet and all this stuff. But one that they did specifically was This Is the End. And there's the scene where I think it's Jonah Hill's character gets lit on fire and he's like walking down the hallway or whatever because he's like he gets exercise with the demon or whatever. But fucking Seth Rogen said, he was like, not many people know this, but like we lit that stunt guy on fire like over 25 times, and he like broke the record for like longest anybody had been set on fire on a film set. And that's just insane. Like, that's also just part of, like, stunt crews. There's, like, usually a guy that's like, yep, like, light me up.
We're doing it again.
Do you think there's someone that's like, and cut? And he was like, no, we got to do that 26 more times.
Probably, yeah.
Why? I want to beat the record.
But, yeah, shout-outs. Movie magic! It's rare I ever get to talk about that.
I want to segue to the Atlas Theater. Do you have a problem with Atlas Theater? Or just
it's ghetto. It's ghetto.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you saw it. Well, I'm actually heading back to Atlas next week to see... a movie that got so much popularity, they're re-releasing it in theaters. I never brought it up on the podcast because it came out when I was not here. And not only that, I'm a little embarrassed to share the title with you guys. The the title is K-Pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
I love animated movies. I watch, like, you know, if there's claymation or just a stylistic choice. And K-Pop Demon Hunters, my sister showed me, like, the trailer for it. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'll get around to watching it. And I remember I had time to kill. I put it on for a little bit. And the intro, like, blew me away. I loved the intro. Like, as soon as the intro was done, I was like, this is going to be a good movie. I stopped watching it. And I told Nicole, I'm like, I know what movie we're watching next. It's going to be this one. I introduced it to my cousins in Florida. I had 2 younger cousins. I was like, have you seen this movie? No. I showed it to them. That's all they talk about. Their profile pictures on, like, we use, like, WhatsApp and stuff is now the characters from the movie. They love the music. And the music is really good. Like, I enjoy the music. Very, like, EDM and pop. And what makes the music stand out is that it's connected to fight scenes. And the fight scenes are really quick and fast-paced. You know, Sony did wonders with Miles Morales and that animation. So I just feel like they're just, you know, going a step further and further, and with this movie is really good.
A lot of these animation studios are pushing the boundaries now, even if it's like a jokey cartoon, like something like The Bad Guys from DreamWorks. Like, why does that have to go so hard in the animation department? Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I've heard it's a great movie, but or like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Puss in Boots was great. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, that final action sequence, I showed it to Jose, and Jose was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like anime. It's pretty fire.
It's really cool. I loved that movie too."
But also, just to give my 2 cents, like, I will fully acknowledge that this movie is good. I just showed them the RT scores. It's at 97% critically speaking. I have heard from like 4 different people that it's a great movie. I've heard that the music is fire. It's just probably one of those things that I'm not going to watch for another 2 to 3 years. And it's just going to be one day where I have nothing to do. And I'm like, oh, it's that thing we talked about 2 years on the podcast. And I'm literally going to be like, oh, shit was pretty fucking good. Because I do that with every animated movie. So that's just kind of mine.
That. What was I going to say?
Admittedly, though, when that shit first came out, I was like, nope, never in my fucking life. And then when people were talking about it, I was like, oh, shit, really?
When I was in Florida, one of my cousins took us out to like a Korean restaurant, like a Korean barbecue spot, and I'm eating the food, I'm enjoying my food, and I hear the music from that movie, and I was like, of course, like they're like riding on this, like, oh, K-pop, right? Korean, right? Put on like the whole album right now for our customers. But what I'm going to is a sing-along event similar to when they did that for Wicked. I've seen mixed things and reels on Wicked, how Wicked sing-alongs went, but these aren't, like, I guess for Wicked, the crowd that it gathered were musical theater kids that were like more comfortable, like, yeah, let's sing out loud, and let's do that.
K-pop.
Now we're gonna get K-pop people, and I'm gonna be interested to see how that.
And you get to pick who's worse.
I'll get to experience.
In a weird way, I feel like I would have wanted to experience both of those things. It sounds torturous, but like I could actually pick.
So I was hanging out with a few jornalistas the other day, and I invited one guy that I know likes K-pop, and I was like, do you know about this? And he was like, no, I'll go. And he's coming with us. And then I invited to another one that likes K-pop, and she goes, I love that movie, but I'm sorry, that sounds torturous.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm sorry, being in a theater with a bunch of people all singing, and she says, I'm sorry, I love the movie, but I'm not going to do that, Joey. And I was like, all right, I want to go for the experience. And the guy that said yes, he told me, he texted me this morning, he bought his ticket. And I was like, I want to apologize if this is an awful experience, because I have no idea what to expect.
Stay tuned for part 2. Last thing I just want to mention before we swing it into the jam and the yam, just mad random. New horror movie out called Together with Dave Franco and Allison Brie.
I've seen it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I liked it.
Cool. The only reason I bring it up is because they're doing press junkets for it. They've done like 5,000 fucking YouTube videos.
Oh,
and podcasts
I'm already annoyed at
we're a couple and we work together, you know. But they did one that got really viral where they read thirst tweets, and apparently it was like part 2. So when they did part 1, a lot of them were like stuff like, oh, Dave Franco's so hot, I want him to like whisper to me while I shit like that, you know. Allison Brie is so sexy. So for the second one, they like they purposefully picked tweets that were like very raunchy. Like there's literally ones that are like, I would suck a fart out of Dave Franco's ass and shit like that, and they're just like, huh, you know, like yeah, cool, whatever. But the reason I bring it up in the first place is because a couple of people were saying like really obscure ones, but to the point where I was like, I've heard of that before. So one of them said something where it was like, I want to freeze Dave Franco's cum into a popsicle mold, and then I want to take the popsicle out and deep throat that cumsicle. And I was like,
he
what?
says that in a movie.
And he literally stops and he goes, yeah, so when I was younger, I wrote a couple of sketches for YouTube that a lot of people remember. Do you remember the weird, like, kind of gay Dave Franco sketches? There was one with him and Christopher Mintz-Plasse where they just stare at each other.
Were they like Funny or Die?
Yeah. Okay.
And they just... Because I remember.
They just say, like, uncomfortably, like, gay stuff to each other. They're like, oh, I want to lick your fucking asshole and shit like that. And they're like, the camera gets closer, and the whole, like, joke is when they finally break character, they're not wearing pants in public. They're like, you know. But the other one they brought up is there was one where like some guy was like, I just watched that video. The idea of Dave Franco fucking Dave Franco is like the sexiest thing I've ever heard. And Allison Brie was like, what is that? And he goes, yeah, I made a sketch where like the whole joke is I go fuck myself, but like I go out on a date with myself first and then I fuck myself. But like it just shot a whole vision in my head about these sketches I totally forgot. And then I went down like a rabbit hole of like super famous sketches from like all time, like Key and Peele sketches. I was watching the football name sketches. I was watching the Wayne Brady Chappelle Show sketch, like so much. But it all started from the Dave Franco gay sketches.
Are you interested in seeing that movie? I want to spoil a scene, but it's not spoiling the movie.
Together? Go ahead.
Something happens that gets them want to constantly be attracted to each other. And they have sex in public. And when they're done...
one day.
When they're done, James Franco's penis is stuck inside her. Ooh. And he's like she's like, get out. And he's like, I can't get out. When I was reviewing the movie on Letterboxd, there's tons of comments that are like, I would respond to him too. Like, he would not be able to get out if that were me. He would not. I was like, oh god.
People fiend over these two. I don't get it. But shout outs. They're also surprisingly short. I didn't suspect that.
They're short?
Yeah, they look short. I don't know.
Like, because when they do the things together, she's like his height. But like you could tell she's like wearing heels. So I was like, oh, how tall is she? And then I was like 5'4". And then I was like, but how tall is he? He's like my height. And I'm like, oh shit. So shout outs.
It's not a bad movie. I don't want to go into a whole review about it, but it wasn't a bad movie. I liked it.
Isn't it kind of crazy Dave Franco became like the most popular Franco by default? Like, it's like, all right, we got this one now, and it's not bad. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like James Franco kind of like chilling right now, and his brother's like, all right,
he's not chilling. He's in hiding.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, no, that's why.
What happened to him?
He got Me Too'd.
He's very. I mean, he's a creepy guy, and even though you can't prove anything, and there's so many people that were just like, yeah, he was weird.
No, so, they proved it.
Yeah,
there was like a whole thing where.
But there's a lot. But even before it was proven, there was a ton that was like, you know, oh, he like touched me on set, or like he was like weird on set. You know what I mean?
There's also like a lot of gray area stuff. The big thing was there was this girl who like basically she had everything to. All the proof that they were like texting. He was trying to get her to go to a hotel that he was at, and she was 17 at the time. But like it was the age of consent, so he legally got away with it, and that was his defense. But it's also kind of like, come on.
Yeah, it seems like you looked it up.
You were like,
you made
what's
sure
the age of consent here. All right, like you kind of were like, testing the waters, buddy.
But shout outs to one of the three Francos.
Yeah. There's a third. What's the third one?
I have no. He exists.
Yeah. Julio.
He's like the third Franco. Manning brother. Who the fuck cares?
He's like the fourth Jonas brother.
Who the fuck cares?
Wander Franco, who also slept with him.
All right, let's talk some music, shall we?
Yes.
Listen, I had half a mind of picking a song from the new Joey Valence and Bray album. Because because that
I haven't listened to it.
Goes pretty hard.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I will give a side shout out to the song "What's Up" featuring JPEG Mafia. It goes pretty hard.
I heard that one.
Very like 90s vibe, which I like. It's not just 90s vibe because obviously JVB is very 90s on their own, but it's like jock jams vibe. So it's like, you know what I mean, a little bit of like what's the fucking Space Jam?
Yeah, I'm getting them.
But my actual jam of the week is gonna go to an ericdoa song. Shout outs to Last June. It's really good. Love that little hyper pop guy. He's great.
What if Ninja had a low taper fade?
What he started that, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
Exactly. My yam of the week. I really wanted to pick like a Sean Paul song or like a dance hall song.
Yeah.
Let me give it there. But we'll go simple. Classic Guitar Hero hit "Helicopter" by Bloc Party. I don't know if you guys remember this song.
I don't know that one.
I remember seeing the song. I don't remember the
and I remember getting into it after Guitar Hero like fell off. I got into it then.
That
and I was
happened to me with a lot of Guitar Hero songs though, where I was like, oh, I didn't appreciate that song as much as when I was
also
a kid.
and it just like, not to go on a tangent, but like a lot of those like post-punk revival songs that came out in like 01 to 07, where it's like those songs shouldn't be 20, they don't sound 23 years old, you know what I mean? Like a lot of I don't know.
I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah. I was like, that Arctic Monkey song came out in 07? Nah. 05?
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Bates, man.
Yo, my slam. I haven't been listening to a lot of music, but since I brought up K-pop Demon Hunter, I'll just mention my favorite song from the album. My favorite song is "How It's Done" from the K-pop Demon Hunters album. It's the very first song of the movie and like introduces the character, their world, and how they just kick the shit out of things, man.
That's how it's done.
That's exactly how it is.
Lit, perfect. And they do this,
haven't
right?
been
Yes,
listening to a lot of music, but I've been listening to like a lot of like the Alchemist songs. And I got this one from a Boldy James album called "Brick Mile to Montana." It's a good one. Benny the Butcher's in it.
I think you may have picked that one before.
Really?
Maybe. Just
Probably.
Because I distinctly remember being like, oh, that's in the jams. So on the off chance, let's just have like a backup secondary.
If it's not there, you just cut all this and just end it right there.
We'll
Just
do
delete the
Orange
podcast.
Village.
What was it?
Orange Village by Larry June and the
Got it.
Alchemist.
Never heard that before. I'm out. So, perfect.
Jerry could have said anything, and I'm like, that's a song by him.
Guys, thanks for watching the Joystick Show, episode 252. I like this one. This is cool.
It was
Just
nice.
shot
Good
this
shit.
shit. It's nice. We'll be back next week for episode 253. If you could believe it or not, we're going to go upstairs and show Jose Harry Potter, which is a mind-blowing sentence coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, word. How weird is that?
But I hope you guys have a great weekend, beginning of week, midweek, weakling, weakest link. Goodbye.